Well, hello everyone. Friday afternoon, Sydney Harbour. I've just been for a swim at the famous old Boy Charlton pool. Great spot to have a swim on Sydney Harbour, for those that don't know it. And just walked around the point, Lady Macquarie's chair, and just going to go for a little walk. Hang on, I'm going to get the tides coming in. So I'm just going to have a little stroll. So let's have a little stroll. A Friday arvo, late Friday arvo stroll around the Sydney Botanical Gardens, around the harbour side of the Botanical Gardens, and have a little stroll, a relaxing little stroll, shall we? Let's go! Okay, right on the point, you can see over the Garden Island there, one of the ships, one of our naval ships there. Probably need an upgrade on a few ships, I'd say. Memo to Albanese and Co. Maybe spend a few dollars on modernisation on the Navy. It's one of our old naval ships there. So right on the point here, down at Mrs Macquarie's chair. Jeez, it's nice. Feels so relaxed. Just a beautiful swim, Boy Charlton. I had to come into the city, and just walking around from Boy Charlton, I thought I'll just walk around the Botanical Gardens to go back into the city, and it's just nice. A bit cloudy at the Savo, but a lot of people down here, very popular, taking photos. A lot of tourists getting photos done and what have you on the walkway here. Thousands of tourists in Sydney now, time of the year. I'll just keep walking. You can see the city skyline in front of me there. I never get sick of Sydney Harbour. It's definitely the best harbour in the world. We've got the Carnival Splendour in. You can see a snippet there between the Opera House and the beginning of the gardens on the other side there. It's in. It's a very big ship, the Carnival Splendour. Very popular. You can see right across there the Government House on the point right across the other side there of the harbour on the north side. Yeah, just a nice leisurely Friday arvo stroll. Jeez, it's good. Thank God for Sydney Harbour. People come here first time, they come here and look at the harbour. I used to pick a lot of tourists up when I was driving a bit of Uber, and they'd come down to the harbour and have a look at the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge and the views and the walkway around the Botanical, and they just go, oh my God, how long has this been going on for? It really is something special in the world to come and see. You get appreciation of the beauty of the most famous and best harbour in the world. Great shot of there of the Sydney CBD skyline. And then looking back into the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Everyone's happy. Everyone's happy and smiling. Look at the way it's kept. We've got to be proud of this. This is really something special in the world. I'm biased, I know, but it's true. Look at these gorgeous old trees. Just spectacular. The Sydney's kept. It's kept like a snooker table. It's absolutely beautiful. No wonder it's so expensive and people are desperate to get here. I know there's other factors involved in that, economic and political. I'm not going to go into that. Don't start me. But really, my God, you can see how people want to come to this city. We are so blessed, And to our credit, give ourselves a pat on the back, we keep it pristine. a lot of the people, that's the other thing that just comes to mind when I was doing the Uber driving, and the tourists I used to pick up, and 3 out of every 5 tourists from all around the world I used to pick up used to say to me, God, we can't believe how clean this city is, Paul. And it's true. It's true. You know, most of the city, I know there are parts of the city that are not too good at the moment, you know, with homeless people and all that sort of stuff, but generally our city's absolutely pristine. Yeah, feeling very relaxed after a beautiful swim at the Boy Charlton. $5.90 for a senior, great. There's big advantages turning 60. I'm 60 now, and you get your little gold Opal card, and that gets you around the city for $2.50 a day. Multiple trips, and then you get all these little benefits on the seniors card. So I'm growing old gracefully. I'm definitely growing old. Well, I'm trying to grow, not all the time. That is a lie. There are some things I'm not graceful about, but generally I am growing old gracefully, or trying to anyway. But little party going on over there. Friday stroll. A Friday stroll around Sydney Harbour and the Botanical Gardens. I'll just walk a couple of more minutes and go into the more of the garden section. And as I've said before in some of my other videos, all roads sort of lead to Rome, with the Botanical Gardens up to the art gallery and around at the Opera House. So on this side you've got, you can see the top of the Opera House there. So you can walk from Woolloomooloo around the harbour to right around the Opera House, right around to Welsh Bay, and further on, right over to Piedmont if you want to go there. And on this side we've got Woolloomooloo Bay, famous restaurants, and a famous bay of ours where Garden Island is our naval base, and a lot of people live there now. Very exclusive apartments on the wharf there. Boy Charlton swimming pool, and also of course you've got the magnificent New South Wales Art Gallery there, which is something to see, and which is just across from the Domain. So superb walk either way. Start at Woolloomooloo Bay on that side and walk around the Opera House, or start at the Opera House and walk around to Woolloomooloo Bay. But an absolute superb, world-class walk. Busy down here today. A lot of weddings going on. Stunning suits and dresses. Fantastic. And now we're into the sort of the thick of the Botanical Gardens, and it also leads up to. I did a video on our magnificent Conservatorium of Music, so this all leads up to that as well. Yeah, great part of Sydney, great part of the CBD. I'll leave it at that. Looking straight back into the Opera House, and I'll just leave you with the thought of thank God for Sydney Harbour. See you everyone.